join us right now in the green room, it is Greg Bates. You know, Greg, big hit last year, Did It For The Girl. Welcome to Austin.
Thank you very much.
What is it like to suddenly have your life analyzed by millions of radio listeners with a song like Did It For The Girl?
You know, it's something that I always dreamed for, but I didn't really know what it meant until it happened. But it's a lot of fun to get to go out and play every night and know that we've got the one song at the end of the set that everybody knows all the words to. And it's a lot of fun.
So you wait till the end to do it?
Well, of course.
Yeah, that way everybody sings along with you.
Of course, they've got to sit through the rest of the set before we get to the hit. You know.
Now, what's unusual is you were born in Nashville.
Born and raised. Yeah, I got to grow up around songwriters and artists and kind of see behind the curtain early. And it's something that not a lot of people get to do,
right.
You know, that young in life. And I was very lucky to get to see it, 5 years old.
Well, anything you want to reveal to us that you saw behind the curtain that you think it helped your career? That we can actually put on video?
Well, I think for me it was just about really getting in there and seeing songwriters play hit songs and get to hear songs that were on the radio, but from the songwriter's perspective. And I got to see that, like I said, I was 5 when I went to my first writer's round. And my parents were such fans of songwriters that, they just kind of instilled a love of songwriters in me, and I just kind of kept that with me for a long time.
Wow. Now, you've got a great lyric in your song. You put on a George Strait song, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the thing that catches everybody's ear. Did George ever comment to you about using that song?
He hasn't.
Or has his lawyer commented to you about using that song?
We've been contacted by many people. No, I haven't heard anything from George about it or anything, but that to me that wasn't what it was about. It wasn't about
it's a great hook,
his attention or anything. It was just kind of me paying homage to George Strait.
What is your favorite George Strait song? No matter what you mention, what's your favorite George Strait?
Amarillo Morning.
Really? Why is that?
I think there's something really cool about that song because it never went number 1.
Right.
It peaked at number 2. But it's still like the fiddle line on the front of that thing. I remember being a kid and sitting in my room trying to figure out the fiddle part on guitar.
Right.
I still haven't figured it out. I just hired guys that can play it out. I think that's what I realized is that those guys back then were just so good at what they did, and George was the best.
He really is. Have you seen him on his final tour?
I have not.
You going to?
I hope so. Yeah. I hope so. I think he picked a great time to book his final tour when I'm really busy. So it's
lasting 2 years, would you?
Yeah. So I'm hoping I'll get to catch it at some point before it's all said and done.
Yeah. Now your next single is called Fill in the Blank.
Yes.
Are you going to perform both songs for us right now?
I am. Okay.
Well, let's listen to one right now from Greg Bates.
I got the Chevy all shined up, paid a little more for a haircut. I dug a pearl snap, left that on ball cap, give myself a little extra some good swag. I did it for the girl, dancing in the sunset, get the cigarette sipping on her own little silhouette. Did it for the moonlight, so right beside over by my side, been waiting on it all night. Yes, I did it for the girl. I dialed her up some old George Strait. Me and old George sang Marina Del Rey. There by the water's edge, big sky turning red. That perfect night she said she can't forget. I did it for the girl, dancing in the sunset, getting a cigarette, sipping on the wrong little silhouette. Did it for the moonlight, so bright inside, over by my side, been waiting on that all night. Yes, I did it for the girl.
story behind the song. I love to know the story behind Dinner for the Girl. Tell us that.
Well, that was a song that I wrote with two of my really good buddies in town, Rodney Clausen and Lynn Hutton. And Lynn actually came in with the idea, and he said, "I've got this title called Did It for the Girl." And we just started talking about all the things that guys do when they're in a relationship that we never do when we're single, like take showers and wear deodorant and that kind of stuff. It was something that exactly. And so we were just kind of putting together all these ideas that the three of us had, and then it kind of just fell out in a couple hours, and it was a very easy song that we really didn't have to work too hard to finesse it.
Whose idea was to stick with George Strait title?
I think that was Rodney, if I remember correctly.
Very wise choice.
And normally I'm not a huge fan of doing that.
Yeah.
Like, that's what was funny, is we all three talked about how, normally we're like, well, sometimes it can be done and it's kind of cheesy.
Very subtle, but no, it's great.
But then, and everybody asks me why I picked Marina Del Rey, and my answer is always, well, because it rhymed. I'm not for it. Amarillo by Morning did not rhyme,
Right.
So we picked Marina Del Rey. But it just felt right, so we just went with it.
But it sounds right. And what you've done now is you're fairly in your age.
Yeah, 25.
You've made a commitment at 25. You're like, you set the standard, the bar that all these guys have to go up to now. But
I know.
It's a very relatable song. Now, your next single is called Fill in the Blank.
Yes.
Could you perform that for us?
Absolutely.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
We were planning this weekend for a weekend back. Hope you ain't thinking that we're moving too fast. This trip can be whatever you want it to. I'll be where we're going, take what we do. We good, and the water, and the truck. I'll blanket till the sun comes up. With each other on the riverbank. Yeah, I'll leave it up to you, baby, fill in the blank. Well, I'll go to a spot 30 miles out of town. We can do what we won't need nobody around. I look like you're with your friends and your family too. But there's some things that only two people can do. We good in the water and the truck. I'll blanket till the sun comes up. With each other on the riverbank. Yeah, I'll leave it up to you, baby, fill in the blank. We good in the water and the truck. I'll blanket till the sun comes up. With each other on the riverbank. Yeah, I'll leave it up to you, baby. And we could take some music real slow till we can't no more. Clouds rolling good in the rain. Yeah, I'll leave it up to you, baby, fill in the blank. Yeah, the options are endless, baby, fill in the blank.
Greg Bates, fill in the blank. Perfect. Well, of course, everybody's going to see you tonight. What are your plans after you leave off for?
We're heading to Hebronville, Texas. It's kind of in between San Antonio and Brownsville.
Oh, okay. Well, we got a short distance trip.
Yeah, and then we're making the long haul back home.
Back to Nashville.
Yeah.
All right. Keep your eye and your ears on this man right here, Greg Bates. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for playing the guitar this early in the morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you.